Thanks, Tim, and echo what he just said. Joe, it's great to have you, and look forward to working with him. I think all y'all will be pleased with what he will bring to our program. So with that, just a couple comments. First of all, just such a great weekend this past weekend. I cannot thank our fans enough. I just thought it was an unreal atmosphere and environment, all day, and really showcased the spirit of Clemson in a very special way. So really happy for Coach Ford, and I obviously didn't get to see that ceremony, but really glad that turned out well. It was really neat to see President Barker be honored at halftime, or whenever. No, it wasn't halftime. It was sometime during the game, because I remember shaking his hand. I do remember that vaguely. It was like a timeout or something, but that was neat to be able to see he and Marshall be able to go out and be recognized. President Barker has done a tremendous job. He's been very supportive with the things that we've been trying to do here with our program. And then also it was kind of the first official game for Dan. And, it was a lot of fun to be able to experience a big win like that, with him as kind of his first game in charge, if you will. So just a lot of fun. We got another opportunity to be back in the Valley this week. And, the one thing I would say, and so I tell our players, is, every opportunity you get to play is special. I mean, you get 12 opportunities. That's what you're guaranteed, and every single one of them are special. And that's what you do everything for. That's what you train and prepare and practice for. And it's the same thing I would say to our fans. Every time we have an opportunity to open up the Valley for business, it's special. It's a special. We only get 7 of those, and I hope that this weekend will be another great environment, and show great support for our players, because they're definitely going to show up. South Carolina State is a veteran team. They got 7 guys back on offense. They got 9 back on defense. Very well coached. I got a lot of respect for Coach Pugh and his staff. They do an excellent job coordinating offensively and defensively. Got some really good athletes. So got another group of Bulldogs rolling in here this week. It's the year of the Bulldogs, I guess. But offensively, all starts with their quarterback. He can really run. He's an athletic guy. Defensively, they present some problems in that they're very multiple. In between, how you have to ID their fronts. They're in odd stack, bear, 4 down. So it can create some challenges for you there from a communication standpoint. You got to do a great job. They love the tempo, so they're going to try to play with tempo as well and offensively. Looking at them last week, really, we just got one game from this year, but ran the ball 58 times, I believe. So they really want to try to establish the running game. I know everybody looks at the schedule and people say, oh, well, this is South Carolina State versus Clemson, and, it's a 1AA team. But, if you think that way, you get beat. Just last week they were erecting a statue of Coach Snyder, well-deserved, I might add, and, they get beat by a 1AA team. I think there were 8 1AA teams last year. Or whatever, FCS schools that won, and so if you don't come ready, you get beat. Bottom line, you go out and you play with low energy, and you turn it over, and you're not dialed in on your execution, and you're playing against a team that has the exact opposite. They have high energy. They're taking care of the ball. They're playing with passion and toughness. You get beat. And so everybody for us is a faceless, nameless opponent. To be honest with you, it's really about playing to a standard and just doing the best that you can every single week, every opportunity that you have, and that way you don't have regrets. There's 2 types of pain that we talk about to our players all the time. There's the pain of discipline, and there's the pain of regret. And there's pain with both of them, but one's a little bit better than the other. And so we got to have great preparation this week. The focus is for us to just get better. We have to be a better team than we were last week. So it's a great opportunity for us to grow our team and try to get better in all areas. Several things we got to do to improve, and but it starts with just staying committed to our preparation process and playing to the type of standard that we've set. With that, I'll take your questions.
Would you enumerate some of those things, those areas where you feel you must get better?
Oh, we got to throw and catch better, first of all. I mean, we were very poor, or very average, I should say, last week in throwing and catching. Just finishing some plays that could have made a huge impact on the game. And so we've got to be better there, and we will be. That's the key things. We got to cut down on some of the mental errors that we had. On both sides, we had several mental errors, and we talk about being a smarter team, and you know what, we were, but we still had some little things that mentally we've got to get corrected. That was a little frustrating. We've got to clean up the muff on the punt return. I mean, we got to handle the ball with consistency. We had two crucial mistakes there that have to be corrected by veteran players that shouldn't happen. So we'll work hard this week on getting those things corrected. Always trying to improve on tackling. We had some missed tackles, had a couple of really big missed tackles, and by good players. But you know what? Sometimes you got to give the other team some credit too. They had some pretty special guys on their side, and so we're trying to improve in that area. But again, a lot of good, but a lot of things that we can improve. I didn't think that we did a very good job with our protection, and it really wasn't. It wasn't a scheme or anything like that. It was just we just got some simple things that we have to execute properly. Some twists and things like that. Our backs have to do a better job protecting. So just a lot of areas to improve and all throughout the football team, and that's what I want to see this week. I want to see us play a clean game. I want to see us execute better and play with great passion, great energy, and to the standard that we've set.
Coach Moore said yesterday he wasn't pleased with Taj's pace in the second half. Did you share that?
He got a little, yeah. He was just at start. He got a little slower as the game went on, as far as getting his eyes over to the sideline, pushing the tempo. Those are all things that he can improve upon.
Coach, you mentioned it after Georgia that this team has improved over the years that you've been here at being more consistent with their energy level and approaches to games and being more consistent. Why do you think there's been that change in approaching games with that faceless, nameless opponent and playing to a standard? Why do you think they've begun to bought into that philosophy?
Just recruiting, you change your culture through recruiting, through graduation. It's bottom line. I mean, everybody who's in this program, came here with here's the vision, here's the plan, here's the message. This is the way we do it. This is why we do it this way. If you want to be a part of it, come on. If not, go somewhere else. But if you come here, this is the way it's going to be. Just reinforcing that message constantly in every area of our program. Everybody being on the same page, discipline. And so forth. So that's just it just goes to the culture, and that doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean we're not going to ever lose a game. But the consistency is what you want, and I think that we've been incredibly consistent. And I think these guys understand what it takes. And then the other thing is just we've grown guys up. We've got an experienced football team. We got guys that expect to win. They're paying the price. They work hard. They practice the right way. They're coachable. And, when you got a bunch of veterans that have been through some battles, they get it. A couple years ago when we had kind of the 8-0 and then the roller coaster finish, we had half our team was freshmen. And, sometimes you have to fail to really learn and to really be successful. And I didn't see that year as a failure. I thought it was heck of a year. He won the dadgum conference, first time in 20 years. But those guys are all more mature and veteran guys in your program now, and they set the standard. And so young guys come in and, they coach those guys, and there's just a certain attitude that we have in place now that I really like. And, you don't get that overnight. It takes some time. And, 4 years ago, you got what you got, you take it, and you make the best of it. And you just start a process. That process can maybe be quicker for some than others, depending on, what kind of situation you're in.
Do you think it'll be tough to match that type of emotion from opening night against such a big opponent going into Saturday's game?
Again, if we only play with emotion because we're playing on game day or we're playing Georgia, then if those are the things that cause it, then we're never gonna be a great team. We're never going to be a consistently great program. To me, you ought to have great emotion to play the game. There's 12 Saturdays. I don't care who the name on the Saturday is. There's 12 of them. You work too hard. Think about all the time that you're out there paying a price. You're grinding. You're in the weight room. You're in meetings. You get an opportunity to go play. How can you not be excited to play? None of that other stuff matters. When that stuff matters, you lose. You lose, and you're inconsistent.
You went back and looked at the game film. When you had some of the defensive breakdowns early, did you figure out where they were, and then how did you think the secondary played?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The long touchdown, Shuey just overran it. I mean, we got it defended perfectly. He just overran his gap and got outside the corner. And the guy hit up inside, and then we took a bad angle, missed a tackle. But that's a big freight train running down the field right there now. You're gonna have to be a pretty special guy to go get him down one-on-one, running full speed. So, but we had it contained. We just made a bad play, and then the long play off the goal line, you can't fit it any better. We just missed a tackle right in the hole. Just missed tackle. And, so we were committed to stopping the run. I thought we did a really good job of that. Our goal is 3.3, and I think they were 5.4, but it was kind of skewed with just, like 4 runs. And so that's all areas that we can improve on. Schematically, that's what I'm always looking at. Are we did we give them a chance? Did we give our guys a chance to be successful? And all those things were very correctable, but you still even when you do everything right, sometimes the opponent maybe just does a little better job than you. Nobody wants to accept that, but sometimes that's part of it. They win some battles too, and but I thought we played lights out. I thought our defensive line was awesome. I mean, just all night long. Even when we had a couple breakdowns, it wasn't in our defensive line. It was more second level, third level. And so that was the thing I was most encouraged about, was the play of the guys up front. I thought our backers played really good. Several areas that we can improve at linebacker, but I thought they played really good. And I thought for our first game with our secondary, we were where we were supposed to be. We had a couple of busts. We had a 4th and 3. We're supposed to be trapping a corner, and we have a missed assignment right there. I mean, it should blow that play up. And those are little things that can cost you in critical situations. But as far as being where they were supposed to be, I thought we did a good job for the first game. And I thought Gary Peters competed his tail off. I thought Breland competed his tail off. Darius was solid, but we really want him to challenge a little bit more. Martin Jenkins, I thought, did a good job when we had him in there. He competed hard. And so, a lot of room for improvement. But, again, you're playing a top 5 team and a quarterback like Aaron Murray. I thought it was a good start.
The D-line in particular, one of the young guys, Carlos Watkins. What's he done in recent weeks to really elevate?
Just, we got 5 guys at D-tackle that we see as starters. And, really, see them all as starters. They all play a bunch. It's a great situation for us from a competitive standpoint, practice environment. And, we didn't make a decision until Thursday night after practice that, okay, because Grady's kind of separated himself. Grady has really separated. And when you have that type of competitive situation, everything everything counts. And so you got Grady, who's separated going into camp now, and he played really well the other night, and he's got to continue to play well. But those other four were kind of battling for that other spot. And, Carlos we just felt like, hey, deserved to run out there first based on everything. DJ didn't play quite as much because he hadn't practiced quite as well the last week or so, and then had a couple missed opportunities early in the game. But we need him to be, because he's a great player. So it's just a good situation for us to have that type of quality, talent and depth at such a critical position like defensive tackle. But I thought they performed very well.